Jaya Karunanitai Gaurachandra Srila Prabhupada ki, Karuna Nitai Gaur Chandra ki. So, because it is Bhajan Sandhya, from what I understand, we will do one bhajan and then we will try to share the meanings of this wonderful bhajan that was compiled by, does anybody know? Govindas. Very nice. Gaur Premanande. Kalyug Pavan Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya Acharya Guruvar ki Jai. Lord Shiv Karuna Nitai Gaur Chandra ki Jai. Vrinda Devi Tulsi Maharani ki Jai. Amsterdam के समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की Amsterdam के समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Vanchakalpatarobhischa kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
It is a great pleasure to be here amongst you wonderful devotees of Amsterdam. And each one of you accept my humble obeisances, my Dandavat pranams to you. Thousands and thousands pranams to Srila Prabhupada and our Acharyas and all the Vaishnavas. May the words that emanate from my mouth be pleasing to Srila Prabhupada, Gurudev, our Acharyas, and all the Vaishnavas present, all the devotees who are present here. If there is anything that you may like, it is only because of their mercy, and all credit goes to them. And if there is any mistakes that I may make, I ask for forgiveness in advance. And also, I ask that to disregard those mistakes in one sense, and it is only my fault and not the fault of our acharyas. So, we just sang this wonderful bhajan. Today is Bhajan Sandhya in Amsterdam. It's okay, we don't need this. Okay. Thank you. And in this Bhajan Sandhya, we sang a wonderful bhajan written by Govinda Das. This bhajan has a very nice, practical, and also very deep meaning. So I will try my best to finish this bhajan so that, I know we started a little late, and I apologize for that. But hopefully when we get absorbed in this bhajan, it will kind of help us meditate on some of the most simplest things in devotional service. So the poet Govinda Das first starts by saying, Bhaja re mana Shri Nanda Nandana. He's instructing this. Prabhupada says in the purport, if you get a chance, look at the Vaishnava songbook. And Prabhupada has given a wonderful purport. So this meaning of this Bhaja re mana, it is an instruction to the mind. The mind is the cause of so many problems. Even after taking to devotional service, we find it very difficult to control the mind. And that is why Srila Prabhupada and our Acharyas have given this practice of chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this not only controls the mind, but it also controls all the senses. And when we are able to control all the senses, then we can come on a transcendental platform. Right now, we are being controlled by Maya. We are being controlled by material nature. That is comprised of these three modes of material nature. Tamogun or ignorance, Rajogun or mode of passion, and Satogun or the mode of goodness. Now, all these three, according to Krishna and the Shastras or the scriptures, they keep us bound to the material world. No matter what these three gunas, even one, if one is even on a sattvic platform or even in the mode of goodness. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna clearly instructs Arjuna. He says that there is a nice verse. He says, Nistra bhava guna Arjuna. please go about these three gunas, or the three modes of material nature. Guna in Sanskrit means row. Along with, there is more than one meaning of guna. Guna also means quality. Right? Guna means row. And what is the purpose of a row? Is to tie something. And the guna, these three gunas, whether it is ignorance, whether it is the mode of passion, or the mode of goodness also, it keeps us tied. It keeps us tied to the material world. It won't let, just like sometimes we have a pet at home, and how we tie the pet will not be able to go more than a few meters away from your leash or from the rope that you have tied on its neck. Even when somebody is walking a dog, there is only so much freedom given. So we are all tied by this guna. And that is why Govinda Das is instructing that please, Bhaja hu re mano, oh my dear mind, please, worship. Who? Nanda Nandana Abhay Charana Ravindare. Very beautiful. Just on these 4 words, this class can go on for 2 days. But I will have to brief it and try to summarize this. So he is instructing the mind to worship Nanda Nandana. Prabhupada says in the purport of this bhajan, there are many types of Krishna. Please, I repeat this again. There are many types of Krishna, but we are only concerned with the son of Nanda Maharaj. It's amazing. So this tattva or this philosophy, a lot of people are shocked when they hear it. What? How many types of Krishnas are there? So, when we go deeper into Shastra, deeper into scripture, we see that there are many types of Krishna. The one who appeared in Mathura, he is known as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, and therefore he is known as Vasudeva Krishna. But it is also said in the secret scriptures of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Krishna definitely appeared there, but he also simultaneously appeared in Gokul as the son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya. And actually Yashoda Ma, Mother Yashoda gave birth to 2, one daughter and one son. So this son that she gave birth to is known as Yashoda Nandan, Nanda Nandan, etc. And this one is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead from whom everything emanates. This can become a very long class and I don't want to confuse you all, but the thing is that there are several types of Krishna. As a matter of fact, it is given in the Harivansha. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, one of our leading acharyas, also has given a wonderful description. Even Jiva Goswami in Gopal Champu, Sanatana Goswami in Bhagavad Amrita, all these descriptions are given. As a matter of fact, when Krishna was taken from Mathura by Vasudeva across the river Jamuna, and when he reached Nanda Maharaj's house, his palace, he did not, by the covering of Yoga Maya. There is a special Maya. We are covered under Mahamaya. And there is a special Maya known as Yoga Maya that helps in enhancing the pastimes of Krishna. So this Yoga Maya covered Vasudeva's eyes and he could not see the son born of Yashoda. And he only saw the baby girl. And he put the son Vasudeva Krishna on the lap of Mother Yashoda and took the baby girl. And what happened to the one that is Vasudeva Krishna? Somebody may ask. So Acharyas explained that he actually merges into Yashodanandan Krishna. He merges. So the point is, why Prabhupada and our Acharya stress that we are in which sampradaya? There are 4 kinds of Vaishnava sampradayas. What are those 4? Sri Sampradaya, Madhvacharya, Nimbakacharya,
and Gaudiya Vaishnavas.
Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Brahma Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya. So we are Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradayas, and each of these sampradayas have a very, very special place in the service of Krishna. We are specializing in that school, sweet school. Like, there are so many different fields of science. When one takes Jai Shishi Karuna Nitai Gaur Chandra Ki Jai. Just like when we go for some kind of education in college, there are so many different subjects in science. Like even if you take one subject, physics as an example, or electronics. Now even within electronics, there are so many deeper subjects, right? Or within physics also, or even within biology. Any subject you take, there are further and further detailed nuances or detailed, information. So similarly, with Krishna and the service to Krishna or bhakti or devotion to Krishna, there are different types of devotion. So one can serve Krishna or have devotion, a relationship with Krishna or a rasa or a mellow in the form of a yogi. That is called a neutral relationship, shantaras, where the yogis sit in meditation and when they attain their perfection, they see the Supreme Lord as the Paramatma in everybody's heart. They get darshan, the four-arm form. But in that darshan, they are satisfied with that, but there is no exchange of seva. It's like, one thing is you see one person from far and you appreciate that person, but you cannot go near him, or you cannot offer him a glass of water, or you cannot offer him milk, or you cannot offer him to come to my house and have something. You get the point? Neutral relationship. Then the next rasa is known as the rasa of dasya. Dasya means servitorship. So one can have the Supreme Lord as the master and we can be their servants. I need not elaborate on that. I'm assuming that everybody has understood that relationship, and most of the faiths or the theistic people who are believers, they are on that platform. Whether they are Christians, Jews, Muslims, etc., or even a lot of Hindus. I hate to use the word Hindus because Hindus is not a word that is in the scriptures, but it is easily understood. Sanatan Dharmis, the eternal persons who follow the eternal religion. Hindus was a misnomer by the British when they crossed the Khyber Pass in the northwestern frontier province. The civilization that was across the Indus River, they called them the Hindus, and then they become Hindus. Even in German, I was in Germany recently and I saw some names. It's called Indisch. Or is that how you pronounce it in Deutsch? Or even in Dutch. How do you pronounce Indian restaurant or Indian something? Indiash. So, but the British, they messed it up so bad. Instead of the Hindu, they made it Hindus. Mispronounced so badly, misnomer. Yeah. So, the Hindus also, most of them, they believe in God and they believe that we should be God-fearing and we should be a servant of the Lord. And that is the understanding. But our Srila Prabhupada said, why be God-fearing? Why not be God-loving? So, that love starts when you actually enter into the next school or subject of sweetness. And the sweetness starts when you consider the Lord as your friend, which is known as Sakyaras. Then there is another sweetness where you can consider the Lord as your child, Vatsalyaras. A lot of people or devotees who consider, like for example, the friends of Krishna are Arjun, the other friends of Krishna are the Pandavas, and in Vraj, Subal, Sudama, Madhumangal, etc. They are friends of Krishna. There is equality. When Krishna would lose in a game, they would say, we don't care if your father is Nanda Maharaj, he is the Vrajendra Nandan, you are the son of the king of Vraj. When you lost the game, then you have to catch your ears and sit up and down 20 times like us. Or you have to carry us on your back from this point to that point. Equality. That's a very great sweetness where you can actually, can you believe it, like if you had a president or a prime minister as your best friend and you can actually tell him names or you can be equal to him, there is no distance. And when that sweetness or that rasa happens. But otherwise, most of it is in the Dasya Ras. If you go to the President or Prime Minister's office, everybody has to call him Mr. President, Mr. Prime Minister, yes sir, Even sometimes his own family members have to call him in public, Mr. President. But when he goes back to his chamber inside his bedroom, his wife sometimes chastises him. You are late again today. The dinner is cold. Come on, honey. Have the dinner now. Let's go. Otherwise, I'm not talking to you. And this time, flowers are not going to work. You better be on time. And then the same president, the most powerful person in the world, will kind of, oh, so sorry. And he will try to pacify his wife and then speak some nice words. So that is more intimate. So it goes beyond opulence. And then the fifth rasa or the fifth mellow is the sweetness, is the madhurya ras. Yes, madhurya ras is the sweetness or that mellow where one can have the Lord Krishna as a lover. Just like we have in this material world through our personal experience, we have husband, wife, or sometimes there's a relationship of the lover and the beloved, boyfriend, girlfriend. It's very intimate. And that relationship is possible. None of the faiths give you this deep information. And that is the school that we have taken admission into by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. That is why he's saying, Bhaja re mana Shri Nanda Nandana. We are interested in the Madhurya Ras, the fifth rasa, where we want to build a relationship where he is going to be our lover, our paramour. And when you are a paramour, you have full freedom, not only equality, but sometimes you are so, just like a bossy wife, sometimes even, straightens the husband out. So the gopis of Raj, Krishna used to even, Vrajendra Nandan Krishna sometimes used to apologize to Radharani, Radharani, please forgive me. And sometimes he would even fall at the feet of the gopis because the gopis stopped him from going to Radharani because Radharani is very upset. I don't want to see that black-faced rascal. This is how she would address. How can anybody dare address God like that? But they don't care. We love you just the way you are, and you love us just the way we are because of our sweet relationship. Therefore, Bhajahu Re Mana Shri Nanda Nandana. The highest component relationship is the Madhurya Ras. Because all the other rasas are inside, encompassed. Just like a wife is not only a good friend, but sometimes is also like acting like a parent. And how, in what sense? As an example, let's say if you are very sick and your wife takes care of you by feeding you with a spoon, just like how a mother or father feeds. That's a very crude example. So those relationships, and then a wife also serves you like a servant. Of course, she's not a servant, but I'm saying that she does all the menial jobs, including washing your clothes and also doing so many things. So all these relationships are there. Therefore, Krishna relishes them even more. And the sacrifice and the love that they have is, Krishna says that I cannot repay you, the gopis, for your love. Let your own glories be your payment. It's impossible for me to repay. The Supreme Personality of Godhead who owns everything, he says, I am eternally indebted to you. What a wonderful relationship. That is the school that we have been given an opportunity to take admission into. That is what we Gaudiya Vaishnavas are. All those acharyas that you see on the altar, right from Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, his Gurudev, Srila Gaur Krishnas Babaji Maharaj, his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, his Gurudev, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, all the way going up to different great acharyas like Vishwanath Baldev Vidyabhushan, Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad, Narottam Das Thakur, the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, all these personalities, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his associates, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Guru, Ishwar Puripad, his Guru, Madhvendra Puripad, all these are wonderful personalities who are in the Madhurya Ras, the fifth one, of paramour love with Krishna. Very, very special. And Krishna is actually not intentionally, but unintentionally controlled by their love. Unintentionally, Krishna is so much engrossed. So that is the reason why Prabhupada makes this delineation. There are many types of Krishna. The one who spoke Bhagavad Gita is Vasudeva Krishna. And Vasudeva Krishna is the one when Akrur comes and takes Krishna and Balaram out of Vrindavan when they're about 11 years old. On the border of Vrindavan, that Vasudeva Krishna who was merged into Yashodananda Krishna, he comes out. And in Vrindavan, all the demons are killed by Vasudeva Krishna, not by Vrajendranandan. Vrajendranandan Krishna is not interested in killing. He is just a wonderful lover. He always likes his flute, no weapons, none of that business. For that, he has Lord Balaram. And Lord Balaram expands himself into so many different expansions of Narayana, Nrsimhadev, etc. The 3 different Vishnus and so many different avatars that they come, they descend, they all emanate the source is Balaram. And Balaram's source is Krishna. Radharani's source is Krishna, Swa Amsha. That is why Prabhupada says, Bhaja Hure Mana, oh my dear mind, instead of going here and there, instead of worshipping different demigods, instead of worshipping different material things, instead of, if you want to worship, then you worship Krishna, but the specification is Nanda Nanda. And what will be the result? Abhay Charana Ravindare. You will get complete, the Krishna's lotus feet is Charana Arvinda. Charan means feet and Arvinda means lotus. So, when you take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, which are also known as Abhay Charana Arvinda, they will give you what? They will give you fearlessness. Once you are surrendered to Krishna, then you are completely, like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshishyami Ma Sucha. So once one is surrendered to Krishna, then it is his onus. Bhakti Vinod Thakur says that Marbi Rakhabi Jo Ichha Tor Nitya Das Prati Toa Adhikar Daye Mama Gela Tua Pada Overane. Thakur Bhakti Vinod, Prabhupada's Gurudev's father and Prabhupada's Gurudev's Gurudev, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he says in one of the bhajans that now my responsibility is gone. I have completely surrendered to you. So you can do as you please to me, whether you want to kill me or keep me. Daye Mama Gela. My responsibilities are also gone. So now if you want that I should survive or I should have whatever kind of life, it is up to you. That's a very difficult stage of surrender. People can surrender so many things. You can surrender your money, you can surrender your thoughts, you can surrender on a gross level, you can surrender on a subtle level. But the highest surrender, Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes, is when you surrender your minute independence. We all have minute independence that we choose. Like some of you all have on a Friday evening, instead of going partying in a town like Amsterdam, you have used your minute independence perfectly by coming to the temple and associating and singing bhajans and hearing Harikatha. But if somebody else wanted, they would have gone to the party or the bar or the cafe. So that minute independence, when Krishna has given, he does not interfere with that. So he gives us a choice. What do we want to do? So even that surrendering that minute independence at the lotus feet of Krishna is the highest Sharanagati principle. It's the highest principle of surrender. So that is why Abhay Charnaravinda, when you surrender to Krishna, then one becomes fearless. A surrendered soul knows that he is not this body. A surrendered soul knows that whatever happens is always happening with the will of Krishna. So they are always happy. The only time Vaishnavas or devotees are unhappy is because when they see the other souls suffering. But otherwise they know, I am not this body. Death can come to me any minute. So what? I will chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That is what Prabhupada gave us. Prabhupada said that, are you ready? Death can come to you any second. Are you ready? That is why Prabhupada coined a wonderful philosophy known as Krishna consciousness. Consciousness means, are you conscious about Krishna? Even if you're working, going to school, riding your bike, or driving your car, or on the bus or the tram, wherever you are. If you are always Krishna conscious, like if you go to work, the grihasthas or the householders, they have to earn money. And they have to earn money to maintain their family. But their consciousness is, a pure devotee's consciousness, that these are not mine. They are Krishna's. My family is just like a bank teller. What do you call that in Dutch, a teller? Same thing? Somebody who is the cashier. Cashier. So when that bank cashier is in the bank, it opens in the 8 in the morning till 5 p.m., that person has got hundreds and thousands of euros in the drawer. But at the end of the day, not even €1 penny is missing, because he knows that it is my responsibility and everything cash belongs to the bank. Similarly, a devotee is 100% Krishna conscious. When he is maintaining his family nicely, he knows that this family is actually, I am just an instrument, but this family really belongs to Krishna.